Good morning. This is the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for this Friday, June 10th. This is Basil Numerzitsky. Looking at fire potential impacts today, another day of gusty winds and low humidity. The strongest winds and lowest humidity levels will be across southeastern and eastern portions of Nevada into far western portions of Utah, where we could see winds of 40 to 50 miles per hour, humidity down near or below 10%. Further off to the west, winds will still be gusty. There'll be a gradual increase in humidity, though, a little bit higher, which will affect some of the flashier fuels. Now, if we look in the past 24 hours of precipitation on the left, you can see we were pretty much bone dry, just a few little bits of shower activity. We actually did not have any lightning over the past 24 hours, so we went back from 24 to 48 hours to show where we did have some strikes in case there are any holdovers and some heavy fuels that do pop up. Taking a look back at the past 7 days on the left, precipitation, just some light amounts across the northern half of the geographic area, bone dry across the south. And on the right-hand side, you can see that temperatures. These are high temperatures over the past 7 days, well above normal, between 6 and 12 degrees above normal, where you see these darker shades of red. And then looking at our current fuel conditions, our ERCs are starting to change over, starting to go up a bit towards the 50th to 70th percentile, where we see these yellow areas through here, and also some spots in western portions of Idaho as well. ERCs below the 50th percentile, where you see the green, but in large portions of central Nevada and parts of western Utah, these are not reflective of the finer fuels and grasses, which have largely cured out, especially below 5,000 feet. Looking at the large-scale satellite imagery and upper-level maps, our weather pattern still being dominated by a strong ridge of high pressure near the Four Corners region. We do see some moisture rotating around across Nevada and Utah, but it looks worse than it is. These are actually just high clouds, which give off a colder or higher reflectivity. We don't expect to see any significant showers or thunderstorms in our area today. But the big change in our weather pattern will be towards our next feature, which will control weather conditions in the next few days after today. That's deep low pressure off the Pacific Northwest dropping down. It's the main cause of the increasing winds across our area. Eventually, though, those increasing winds will be accompanied by much higher humidity and even some scattered showers as we go into the weekend. So here is our significant fire potential starting with today. We do continue with a high risk for large fire potential due to strong winds combined with low humidity and also some dried finer fuels, where you see the shades of orange across parts of Nevada into southwestern Utah. Further to the north, conditions still not critical. Looking at our weather conditions for this afternoon, relative humidity on the left, you can see where they have these orange shades through here. Our humidity levels are in the single digits. Higher humidity levels where we see the yellows to the greens. And on the right-hand side, this is a computer model simulation of afternoon wind gusts. In the orange to especially purple areas, we're looking at wind gusts in excess of 30, 35, even over 40 miles per hour, where you see these shades of purplish red. So you can see the strongest winds are across the eastern and southeastern portions of Nevada and pushing into far western Utah as we go through the afternoon ahead of that low pressure that we were talking about. Now, if we take a look towards tomorrow on Saturday, that low pressure moves on shore. We see that our humidity levels start to pick up. We actually have green areas through here, which indicate clouds and possibly some showers. And on the right-hand side, you see that the response in some of our lighter fuels as areas that were critically dry are now transitioning over to the moderately yellow category. And then looking at weather conditions on Saturday. On the left-hand side, humidity levels much higher, no more single digits. We're looking at 10 to 20%, even closer to 30 or 35% across parts of Nevada and northwestern Utah, and especially up into Idaho and Wyoming. On the right-hand side, you see the showers now across the eastern portions of Wyoming into most of Utah, as well as Idaho and Wyoming as well. Looking at Sunday, we see that we're still under a broad trough of low pressure, no more high pressure over the area, and we don't see those tannish humidity colors. We see some more in the green, and that indicates more humidity. On the right-hand side, that has a significant effect on our fire potential and dryness colors as they go more towards the moist category. Nothing critically dry anymore for the time being. And then if we look at our weather conditions, humidity levels on the left significantly higher than they've been in a lot of areas. We don't see that dark red anymore like we had the last few days. On the right-hand side, still showers across the eastern half of Utah into parts of Wyoming and eastern Idaho. Some blowing dust popping up across parts of western Nevada. And if we total up our precipitation over this 3-day period as we go from Friday through Sunday, we notice that there are significant amounts of rainfall expected across central portions of Nevada. The bluish areas are anywhere from a ½ inch to as much as an inch of rain. Darker shade of green, 1/4 to a ½ inch. So conditions in areas that we're concerned about with finer fuels will respond very quickly to this rain, and it should quiet things down for this upcoming week. Now, as we go into Monday and through next week, we'll notice that we'll be in between a deep low pressure system again approaching from the northwest to a weak high, basically well off to our east, so kind of in between. Our fuels, though, responding to that moisture and higher humidity, stay either green or yellow. We don't see any browns anymore. And that's going to be the story as we go down the road towards Tuesday and Wednesday. You'll notice that low pressure area starting to deepen and drop further south. Some gusty dryness coming in on the southern edge of our area could start shifting fuels over to the critically dry brown category, especially where lighter grasses and brush dominate. They respond both to showers, which we'll have this weekend, and also will respond to breezy dry weather, which will start setting up by the middle of next week. And then if we go towards next Thursday, low pressure dropping to the Pacific Northwest with a lot of moisture. It's going to affect our northern areas, but we will once again start seeing increasing winds across the southern portion of our region. Additional precipitation from Monday through Wednesday next week. We expect to see some lingering activity across parts of Utah into eastern Idaho and parts of Wyoming. Otherwise, we're mainly dry. And then taking a look down at the week 2 outlook, the 8 to 14 day, you can see there's a cool signal dropping down across Idaho, and we're near normal or on the cool side of normal for much of Nevada, near normal or slightly above normal for Utah, but nothing like we've had over the past week. Our precipitation signal, though, remains on the dry side. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.